Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and we're outside a house flip I listed for sale a little bit ago, and it has not sold yet. So we'll talk about that a little bit, how we handle that situation and what we do. And then I don't think I ever showed it when it was staged. So the staging is a little funky on this one too. And so I haven't been in here in a couple of weeks. We've had tons of showings. Tons of people have wanted to see the house. We actually had one offer on it that we accepted, and then the buyers backed down. I think they might have had a financing issue or a credit issue that didn't show up until after they got it under contract. So we had it off the market for a little bit, then put it back on. And since then, like I said, quite a few showings, but no other offers. So walking in here, had to pick up the key I dropped. Here's the dining room, and we, like our stagers, they do a really good job most of the time. Sometimes they do things that are just a little wonky, and that tiny table in this huge room was just a little wonky. And Nikki and I tried to move it and rearrange it and fix it, and we just couldn't figure out a better place to put it because of where the light is and everything. And it is just kind of a weird floor plan where you walk into the dining room. And I think that used to be a garage at one point, and they completely redid this floor plan. So I don't know if that's hurting the house, but it's priced at $334, I believe, in that price range. And we're in Greeley, Colorado, where prices are very high. This is the nicest house for sale in that price range by far. I don't know why people keep putting our blinds down too. We usually leave them up, or at least most of the way up. And every time we come here, they're all the way down. Hopefully nobody's sleeping here. I don't think so, but that's always something that crosses your mind when you've been in real estate a while. Now, this house has been on the market, I think, a little under a month. And, a couple of years ago, you think, oh my God, the world is ending. The house hasn't sold in 2 days. We're definitely in more of a normal real estate market now. And so, hopefully a lot of us have learned not to freak out if a house doesn't sell in the first 2 days. But, before COVID, before the crazy real estate market, it usually took us 3 to 4 weeks to sell a house. That's about the time it took to get a good offer. And that's if we priced it right. So if you price it too low, then yeah, you can get an offer right away. It'll sell quick. Sometimes you can price it right and you get an offer right away too. There's no way to know for sure. But if you price it too high, then obviously it could be on the market for months without any offers at all. So seeing how we got an offer, pretty quickly, it kind of indicates it's priced right. It's just we haven't found the right buyer yet, and it can take some time, like I said. So the one blind that's open is the weird blind that goes into that's a weird picture too. Not sure I noticed that. But the one window that looks into like the other addition, and that's kind of the blind that we could have closed. We'll close that guy. I'm sure that will get the house sold. But actually in the last 2 weeks, we've sold 3 other properties. You might remember the newer house that had the 3-car garage and an unfinished basement. When I first bought it, it had some floor issues that were kind of caving in a little bit. That house took a while to sell. It took a few months to sell. And then we get one offer on it, and we get 2 offers in the same weekend. It's just crazy how the market works. Well, it can be for sale for 2-3 months, lower the price once, and then no offers that whole time, but then all of a sudden you get 2 offers on the same day or the same weekend. And that's happened multiple times. It's funny how that tends to work. So we sold that one. We also sold the house that had the solar on it. You might remember that and all the crazy videos we did on those. I did have to remove some of those videos for various reasons, but sold the house and didn't have any issues with it. That's all I can really say about it. But that one, we had 4 different buyers. So we had like multiple offers the first day. That buyer had some credit issues. And these buyers should be pre-qualified, have, or pre-approved. But a lot of times you find more issues when lenders look into the buyers a little more carefully. Then we had 3 more contracts, 2 more that came up that backed out because of credit issues or a job issue. And then finally we had one that stuck, and we ended up selling that for over asking price, $404,000, I think. So that was a good one. And then I also sold my small shop I had that I used to use for our flipping business for a while, and then had rented out to a car detailer. We sold that one for $175,000. It was listed for a while, but it's commercial. That can take some time. So we don't freak out if something doesn't sell right away. If we don't get an offer here in probably another week, we might lower the price. Oh, this basement needs cleaned up. I had thought we had asked our guy to do that. I have a lot going on right now with all the different businesses and properties and things we have. So sometimes things slip through the cracks. But we were also worried about this basement, that it would freak people out because it's halfway dug out and people wouldn't think it's solid. We actually had an engineer come through, give us a letter stating it was fine. He said it's structurally sound. In fact, if someone wanted to dig out that basement all the way, they could do that, and it wouldn't be an issue. So we have that letter. We have that written in the MLS comments and attach it. So we had some buyers ask about that too. Like, oh, what about that basement? Like, hey, it's totally fine. We had an engineer look at it already. So that shouldn't be an issue, but it is still kind of ugly down there. So we'll give it another week or two, see what happens. I'm guessing we'll sell it pretty quick because, yeah, like I said, I was just looking at comparable properties. There's nothing this nice, and it's not like they're in completely different areas or anything like that. They're all smaller. They're not as good a shape. So I'm thinking this one should sell pretty quickly. I know some people say, oh, you have to have curb appeal. You got to completely redo the yard. If you're familiar with my houses, our yards look like that or worse all the time, and we sell them all the time. I think yards are one of the most overrated things when repairing houses because it's something most people look at and say, oh, I can fix that myself. It's not a big deal, even though it is a lot of work and can be very expensive. So we try to make them look nice. We did put some mulch in. We obviously are mowing it, but we're not spending tens of thousands of dollars on the yard either. So I don't think that's the issue. We haven't had any feedback that said that was the issue. So yeah, we'll just keep plugging away, see how it goes. And then, like I said, in a normal market, it usually takes us 3 to 4 weeks to sell a house anyway. And then if we don't get it sold kind of in 4 to 5 weeks in that range, we usually lower the price. And hopefully that gets it done. But like I said, other properties have been selling, our other houses have been selling. So I'm not too worried about the market or anything like that. But we have some more flips that we're working on right now that will be coming up for sale in a little bit. We'll see how they do. And yeah, so we'll have more updates on those properties. I'm buying 2 more properties in the next week as well. 1 flip, 1 commercial property. So if I was super worried about the market, I probably wouldn't be doing that either. Or maybe I'm just not very smart. That could be it too. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more videos on the liquor stores, the laundromats, the flips, the rentals, commercial properties, all that coming up soon. And let me know what you think.